In a small village nestled between rolling hills and golden fields, there once lived a young boy named Araf. The world, as he knew it, was not painted in bright colors, but rather shaded by the quiet ache of loneliness. Araf had lost his parents in a tragic accident when he was just 5 years old. Since then, he had called the local orphanage his home, a modest, bustling place filled with laughter, tears, and the bittersweet longing for family. Despite the sadness that lingered in his heart, Araf was not one to surrender to despair. He was quiet and thoughtful, with eyes that sparkled with curiosity and a mind always eager to learn. Every morning before the sun crested the hills, Araf would sneak out to the village library, a small dusty room filled with the scent of old paper and stories waiting to be discovered. He loved books, for they were his only companions, offering him adventures and hope, teaching him about worlds far beyond his own. The headmistress of the orphanage, Mrs. Kapoor, was a stern but kind woman. Though she had many children to care for, she noticed Araf's relentless desire to learn. One winter morning, as she watched him return from the library clutching a battered book to his chest, she decided to help him. She began to save her spare change, buying him notebooks and pens, and she encouraged him to pursue his studies with dedication. Araf, grateful for her kindness, worked hard every day, determined to honor her faith in him. The other children sometimes teased Araf for his studiousness, calling him a dreamer, but Araf only smiled and kept his dreams close to his heart. He believed that if he worked hard enough, one day his life would change. That hope was his guiding light through the darkest of nights. Years passed and Araf grew into a diligent young man. He excelled at school, often staying up late into the night to finish his homework by the dim glow of a lantern. His teachers noticed his brilliance and recommended him for a scholarship to a prestigious city school. The day the letter arrived, Araf's hands shook with excitement and fear. Mrs. Kapoor hugged him tightly, her eyes brimming with pride. "Go, Araf," she whispered. "The world is waiting for you." Life in the city was overwhelming at first. The orphanage had been simple, but here skyscrapers loomed over bustling streets, and the air buzzed with the sound of dreams in motion. Araf felt small and insignificant, but he remembered Mrs. Kapoor's words and pressed on. He studied harder than ever, spending every free moment in the library, determined to make the most of the opportunity he had been given. But success did not come easily. Araf struggled to keep up with his classmates, many of whom had tutors and the support of loving families. There were times when he felt like giving up, when the weight of loneliness and exhaustion threatened to crush his spirit. Yet, he remembered the little boy in the village library, the one who believed in the magic of stories and the power of hope. Araf refused to let go of his dreams. One day, a teacher announced a national science competition. The challenge was to design an affordable water purification system for rural areas. Araf's heart raced. He remembered the children in his village who often fell ill from contaminated water. He poured his soul into the project, drawing on everything he had learned, fueled by memories of home and the desire to make a difference. Days turned into nights as Araf worked tirelessly, experimenting and refining his design. When the competition day arrived, he stood before a panel of judges, his voice trembling but determined. He explained not just the science behind his invention, but the story of his village, the children who deserved clean water, and his belief that a single idea could change lives. The judges were moved not only by his invention, but by his passion and sincerity. Arav won first prize, and his design was implemented in villages across the region, bringing clean water to thousands. News spread, and soon Arav found himself offered scholarships to the country's best universities. He chose to study engineering, determined to use his knowledge to help those in need. As Arav continued his studies, he never forgot where he came from. He returned to the orphanage often, sharing stories and encouraging the children to chase their dreams. He became a mentor, a friend, and an inspiration to everyone who met him. Years later, Arav started his own company, focused on creating affordable solutions for people in rural communities. Under his leadership, the company grew, employing many young people from villages like his own and transforming lives across the nation. He was invited to speak at conferences, his story inspiring countless others to rise above their circumstances. But for Arav, true success was not measured in awards or wealth. It was the joy of seeing children drinking clean water, the pride in Mrs. Kapoor's eyes when he visited the orphanage, the letters of gratitude from families whose lives had changed. He realized that his journey, from a lonely orphan with nothing but hope and a love for books, to a man who touched the lives of many, was proof that the human spirit could triumph over any adversity. Arav's story is a reminder that every child, no matter how humble their beginnings, has the potential for greatness. That kindness, perseverance, and the courage to dream can transform even the darkest moments into the brightest futures. And that sometimes all it takes is one person to believe in you and the determination to never give up, to change the world. So, whenever you find yourself facing challenges, remember the story of Arav, the orphan boy who became successful not just through hard work, but through hope, kindness, and an unbreakable belief in the possibility of a better tomorrow. Let his journey inspire you to chase your own dreams, and to never forget that greatness can come from the most unexpected places. If this story made you pause even for a moment to think about what truly matters, then maybe, like me, you're ready to stop chasing and start living. If it touched you, feel free to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that help us grow together.